You made about how in the school system we're not talking about immigrants so much, but also about Canadian born people. And that,
Absolutely.
And that we often think about this whole thing being about newcomers, but now we've got the next generation who are born here.
Absolutely.
Dara, please go ahead.
Hi, big man, welcome.
And sorry. So what? Go ahead.
So we are on unceded traditional local territory. And I guess I'm just gonna jump right into it. This is also my first roundtable event like this, so I'm kind of nervous.
Okay, can I just mention, you have no reason to be nervous. You sat in Parliament.
That's what I told her.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I guess my main concern with ending racism and racist rhetoric in Canada has to do with reconciliation. So that is a big topic, especially with the new government and making it a priority. But a lot of the problems that I see with that is available resources and platforms in moving forward. So things like allyship, like when somebody learns about the Indigenous history and the systemic racism and the institutionalized racism of Canada, they don't really know what to do with it and how to move forward with it. And I think that really does, like, to go back a little bit, it really does impact our youth, because as Indigenous youth, we also grow up faced with issues of racism our entire lives. And I think a lot of that has to do with the education system across Canada. And there is a lack of understanding, there's a lack of appreciation, there's a lack of involvement, a lack of inclusivity and representation. So there is also a pan-Canadian approach, or pan-Indigenous approach in Canada, where we learn about the three main groups, the Inuit, First Nations, and Métis, and that is inadequate to properly understand the different problems that we face. And being an Indigenous youth and realizing this, there is a lot to work on in terms of available resources and platforms for contributing to policy and overcoming the inequality and racism. So while being at the Daughters of the Vote event, we, like the Indigenous delegates did at the end have their own presentation educating all of the other delegates on Indigenous history, and it was really mind-opening. It was very emotional and it was very educational, and I feel like there needs to be more done at a grassroots level to combat these kinds of things, because racism starts at a young age. It is grown and is manifested and is nurtured, and if we can stop that nurturing of racism beginning in the school systems, I was reading through one of the things that was sent to me. It was the three point. Anyways, I seen a quote from somebody who said, "My 4-year-old son knows about racism. He's not too young to have that discussion. And if these children know what this is, why aren't they being taught this? It's not a heavy topic." There are different ways of informing young children and making them learn about these things. As a personal experience, I was bringing my cousin's child to her daycare, and I'm visibly different. I'm lighter skin because my grandmother is American, but she isn't. And a little girl came up to me and asked me, "Oh, are you her auntie?" And I said, "No, I'm her cousin." And she said, "Why are you lighter than her? Why are you white?" So, like, how do we have these conversations? Where do they begin? At a grassroots level. And I think that's the main concern that I have, and just having involvement, because the Prime Minister is the Minister of Youth also, and there is a lot of talk and discussion around having youth involvement, but being able to have those platforms and then being able to meaningfully move forward, and instead of just having these discussions, creating advocacy and providing educational tools to move forward with the information that we are given from youth. And along the lines of like reconciliation also, as I said, is being able for people who do learn about the histories of the various Indigenous groups in Canada as how to move forward with it. So providing, and like when I say providing available resources and platforms, it's because like there are resources and there are platforms available, but it's not accessible, especially in remote communities, and how to make it accessible and how to, if somebody wants to say something, how can they feel valued and how can they be like ensured that their voice is being heard and being taken in and actually being utilized, because the youth, we do have like a really strong voice and we have an opinion, and a lot of the times it's hard for us to get our opinions across when we have to try and get into roundtable discussions like this. You know, like there's a lot of lack of consultation and inclusivity that I think needs to be addressed with moving forward in like anti-racism, breaking down these barriers of meaningful discussion and then moving forward. I think that's all I have to say.
Great, well thank you, Dara, and I hope you do. I hope you do think of returning to Parliament the other route. We have a chat with Arif, and I'm sure we can share a couple of things with you about how to do it that way.
I just want to say that was one of the most amazing days. Just, we observed all of you from the gallery, but it was also amazing partly because of the intersectionality. So not only were there 338 women down there, but there was a lot more diversity among those women that we see currently in Parliament. So I saw saris and hijabs, and I saw everything under the sun, and it was amazing because it was shocking on several levels. Plus, there was just a lot of youthful energy, which really was a wake-up call to many of us.
Yeah, and Dara's got some great pictures on her website, so on her Facebook page, so do visit that.